For it's 1, 2, 3, what we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. Next up is Vietnam. Hey, we're celebrating Country Joe and the Fish today. Yeah, baby. Seven, open up the pearly gates. Ain't no time to wonder why. Whoopee, we're all gonna die. Country Joe and the Fish.
That goes way back.
It does. It does. It's my college days. This is day 3 in 1969 of Woodstock.
Oh,
Yeah. We'll talk about it a little more later, I'm sure, because I get so nostalgic. Not that I would have been at Woodstock. I wasn't. It would never have occurred to me. I was a young married, finishing college. I had a lot of stuff on my plate. And although I enjoyed the music, I didn't need to travel all the way across the country to get to it. I mean, I lived in California. We had all our music right here. Hey, I want to start with a Fritzy report because I had an experience yesterday that I haven't had in a couple of years, and it was unbelievable and not nearly as good as I hoped it would be, all at the same time. So, here's what happened. I had to go yesterday, not just to visit Fritzy, but to have a conversation with the head. Oh, for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, Fritzy is my absolutely adorable 98-year-old mother who is healthy as healthy can be. But unfortunately, she has dementia and she's lost a lot of her cognitive powers. Yeah, but she's just the cutest little thing you ever saw in your whole life. Anyway, yesterday I was called into the principal's office, so to speak. The director of memory care asked me to please come in so we could go over how my mother was doing.
I thought you were calling the principal out on the rug.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that was not it yesterday.
Oh.
It was like being called to the principal's office to get a report on Fritzy. But actually, what's behind that, welcome to the economy. The whole purpose was Fritzy needs more help, so we're going to charge you more money. That's really why I was called in. Sad, don't you think?
Wow.
Yeah, because I wasn't happy with the help she was getting. So I had my little list of complaints, and she had her big long list of things that they have to do to help take care of Fritzy. The bottom line is they can do whatever they need and we'll pay them whatever it takes because we love her and we want her comfortable. But I want her taken care of well. Anyway.
Do they have to charge you more to not throw her clothes away or give them to other
Yes,
people?
we did talk about that. The fact that when I come in there, half of her clothes, not half, but some of her clothes are missing. And I have clothes in her drawers, messy drawers, which she can't mess up because she can't get into them anymore, filled with other people's clothes. So we did talk about what all the issues are. We did.
That's a higher level of care.
Yeah, it's a higher level of care to actually keep things straightened out.
Okay.
The place is beautiful. Fritzy doesn't care though. She really doesn't. Anyway, that's beside the point. While I am sitting and talking to my new best friend, Renee, cheers to you, Renee, I say to her, oh, I miss the days when I could just show up and do her hair and then put her in the car and take her places and do things with her. And she looked at me and she said, well, we don't have any COVID here anymore. You know, you can do that again. I said, wait a minute. I can just take Fritzy out of here anytime I want now? Well, yeah, we'll help you get her in the car because she's in a wheelchair. So I can't handle her by myself right now. And I drive a little CRV, which is not very big, but she's tiny. I can't get her up in that seat without help. Anyway, when I was told that I could take Fritzy, I just like, no, can we end this meeting right now and finish it tomorrow? Because I want to take her right now. She said, yeah, take her to a drive-through, go buy her lunch. Now, Fritzy is a very picky eater in her old age. She pretty much lives on scrambled eggs and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Sound like any 2-year-olds you know? Just saying. Anyway, I should have known when I went out and saw Fritzy for the first time that when she didn't immediately give me that big fritzy smile and, oh, you're so beautiful, like right off the bat, that it might not be the best day to take her out of the home. But I was so excited at the possibility. And when I asked her if she'd like to go, she said, I don't know. I guess so. I thought, well, she's just scared because she hasn't been out of the home in so long. So we put her in the car. She used to love McDonald's. Seriously, we didn't do fast food, but McDonald's somehow didn't count. So I took her to McDonald's and I got her favorites: a hamburger, French fries, and a chocolate milkshake. And she took one bite of the hamburger and spit it out at me. I gave her a French fry and she tried to use it like a straw. And I kept saying, no, Mama, bite it, chew it. And nothing came out of the French fry. Lo and behold. Anyway, so we put the McDonald's in a bag and I tried to think, well, what else could we possibly do? I thought, well, she used to love the Colonel every once in a while because she liked the mashed potatoes. And that she could eat with no trouble. But she didn't want that. So I thought and I thought and I thought, Diet Coke, she'll at least drink. So I had a Diet Coke and I offered her some of my Diet Coke and she took a drink. And just like that same little second 2-year-old, she spit it out at me. She didn't like it. She like literally spit it out at me. So I called the home and I said to Renee, I think I need to bring her back. She's not happy and she doesn't want to eat anything. Renee said, okay, maybe if you got her something sweet. Does she like sweets? And I said, I'll try that. I'll let you know. I hung up. And I said, Mama, your favorite thing in the whole wide world used to be raspberry-filled donuts. And there's a Krispy Kreme just about 5 minutes from here. Would you like a donut? And she didn't really get excited because she hardly said 2 words, but she went like this. And I thought, okay, that's it. That was like the most excitement I'd gotten out of her. So I drove to Krispy Kreme and I got her a jelly-filled donut, which, by the way, is about this big and costs $2. Are you kidding me right now? That was crazy. Anyway,
They're up to $2 for a single donut.
$1.79 or something like that for a single donut.
By the way, I saw they
$1.89.
sell them at Stater Brothers.
I did see that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Fresh Krispy Kremes at Stater Brothers Market. Anyway,
Our
so
new grocery store.
I took her there. And I got her to take a bite and she chewed it up. But you know how with jelly-filled donuts, sometimes you have to take 2 or 3 bites to get to the jelly? She was not interested in waiting that long. So I pulled off part for her and got right to the jelly part, and I gave her a bite, and guess what she did?
Spit it out.
She did.
Oh,
She spit it out. My car was a mess when she got out. I'm not kidding you. So I threw it all away and I thought, I'll just take her back. She kept falling asleep and she wasn't talking. She wasn't even like engaged. But I put on Frank Sinatra the whole time she was in the car. That's why I have Sirius Radio, because she likes 40s music. So I put on Seriously Sinatra. I thought she was sleeping. And when I looked over, her little fingers were going like this to the music. Seriously. So I thought, okay, I'm not taking her back yet. So I drove around some more. I turned the music way up so I was sure she could hear it. And I started singing along. And sure enough, her little body was like moving to the music. She wasn't talking. She wasn't doing anything except I could tell she was like just closing her eyes and listening to the music. And then she fell asleep. So I took her back.
wait, you had one other stop.
Well, no, not yet. I took her back first.
Oh,
I took her back and I said, this just isn't working. It's epic fail.
took her back. You're going to
I
turn her in.
took her back. I was turning her back in. It was not working.
Mhm.
And Renee, the person in charge, started to help her out of the car and she resisted. And Renee looked at her and said, what's the matter, Fritzy? Do you want to stay with Sandy? And she went like this. Yes. Really? It's like, I thought you were like miserable and wanted to go to sleep. You want to stay with me? And she said, you want to drive around some more? Sorry, Renee, you can't have her. So back in the car. She actually hadn't gotten out of the car yet. She just was unhooked. We hooked her back in. I started the car. I drove around some more and I showed her mountains and trees and sky, things that you don't see when you're cooped up indoors. And then I drove her to my house. And I texted Indy and I said, come outside. I want you to see what's in my car. She was asleep until she saw Indy, which is usually what happens when a man comes around. She's a little flirt, that lady. But Indy came out and she talked to him for just a minute. She didn't really say anything, like that. But she did. She smiled and she waved at him and she waved goodbye. And we listened to Frank Sinatra on the way home. She didn't sing with me, but she obviously liked it. She fell asleep. By the time we got back, that angelic look that someone has on their face when they like just had like a fabulous rest. I brought her back and she was totally content. Yes. So that was my adventure with Fritzy yesterday.
How about that?
It wasn't what I expected, but it was fun.
Maybe we should get a wheelchair here, and then when you bring her here, we can get her out and bring her inside.
That would be so awesome. We could do that.
It was hard in the driveway. It was 112 degrees out there.
Yeah, I was asking poor Indy to stand out in the hot sun and talk to Fritzy while she was in the air-conditioned car. Anyway, it is Baby Boomers Recognition Day. Ta-da! You are a baby boomer if you were born between 1946 and 1964. I didn't realize it went quite that far, did you?
Wow, 64.
Yeah, 46 to 64. Those are the official baby boomers. I printed out like 3 pages of baby boomer information. Wait a minute, that's not it. Where is it?
It's an 18-year period. I guess that's a generation.
I guess that's the generation. 65% of baby boomers plan to work past age 65. Well, duh. I mean, come on, we can. We're healthier than any other generation. We live longer than any other generation.
What percent work?
65% plan to work.
65 over 65.
65 over 65. Yep.
Okay. How many over 70?
I don't know the answer to that. 76 million people were born between 46 and 64.
How many?
76 million of us.
In the United States.
I guess.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Are there baby boomers
40% of baby boomers in their early 50s are still in the workforce, and a third of the oldest boomers are still working in some capacity. Do you call it work if you don't get paid? Because, I mean, I get up every morning to do this. That's kind of like a job. I mean, I do it because I love it, but I call it my work. I chose the patience mug because of my time with Fritzy yesterday. Okay, this was the other thing I wanted to share with you. 70% of the disposable income in the United States of America is controlled by us baby boomers. Yeah, baby. Here was the part that blew me away. I want you to get in line now for your share. Baby boomers will inherit $15 trillion within the next 20 years. Let me say that number again. Baby boomers will inherit $15 trillion in the next 20 years, according to Nielsen. I guess that means that our parents did a really good job of saving money. Yeah. Baby boomers now own 80% of all the money in savings and loan associations. And sadly, 59% of baby boomers expect to live on Social Security as their main income source. So I guess it's no surprise that baby boomers put Medicare and Social Security above the most of any other important things that the United States needs to worry about, including the deficit. Yeah. My people, my baby boomer people, we are far more concerned with ourselves. What a selfish lot we are, huh?
Okay, boomer.
Okay, just call me baby boomer.
Do you know that that idiom? Okay, boomer.
No, what's okay, boomer?
Oh, that's what young people say about us. Okay, boomer is like, hey, Karen.
Really?
Yeah, okay, boomer is the phrase.
Did you get that? It's like not considered cool to be a boomer. I think it's cool to be a boomer. Okay, boomer. Like, okay, Karen is what he just said. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's so much today. There's so much, and look how much time I used telling you about the fritzy report, huh? It's National Number 2 Pencil Day.
I'm ready to celebrate.
Oh my God, you did bring them. Wait. Look. Okay, here we go. Wait, why can't I turn this today? I got my computer stuck here. We have our Ticonderoga, Ticonderoga. I can't tell you why a number 2 Ticonderoga pencil was always my very favorite. And I love drawing them. If you look through word art, you'll see there's a bazillion times that I have added a Ticonderoga pencil with its iconic yellow and green to my word art. I love Ticonderoga pencils.
By the way, Google says, okay, boomer is a catchphrase and internet meme often used by teenagers and young adults to dismiss or mock attitudes typically associated with baby boomers. There you go.
Those rotten kids. I did not know that.
Okay,
So I want to I don't care if I'm a boomer.
Okay, boomer.
This is the wait a minute. This is the Papermate equivalent of a Ticonderoga pencil. And I have to be honest with you, I use these a whole lot more than Ticonderoga pencils now. This is a Papermate pen sharpwriter. It's called a sharpwriter. See it right here? It looks just like a pencil, right? Except it's magic. It's a wait, there. It's a mechanical pencil. I love my mechanical pencils.
This is the one that's really magic. Check this out.
Okay.
It's
wait
rubber.
a minute.
These things are rubber. Look, see how it looks like that. That's unless you go like that, and then they're not rubber anymore. They're straight. But then if you do this, they turn into rubber. See how that is? Loose it is.
How did you do that? Will you teach me that later?
Number 2 pencils, boy.
I told you number 2 Ticonderoga pencils were the best.
101 ways to get in trouble in 3rd grade.
Boy, I'll say. It's Black Cat Day. Oh. Have you ever had a black cat?
I had a tabby cat that was kind of
no, that's not a black cat. No. I think they got a bad rap. I really do.
Because of the witches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, they shouldn't have hung out with witches so much.
Well, apparently it's like harder for black cats to get adopted from what do you call it? Shelters. Thank you. Lost the word. See, it's that 70-year-old plus thing. Anyway, harder for black cats to get adopted from shelters than any other kind of cat,
except
any other color.
Witches adopt them at higher numbers.
Well, yeah, I mean, witches, of course, come in specifically looking for them. They say, "Could you save all your black cats? We'll come in once every, 2 years and pick up the black ones."
Right on Beltran. Yeah.
What else? I love my feet day. I was so excited to see that it was I love my feet day because I'm going to get a pedicure today. That's my promise to me. I even put it on my to-do list. I have a to-do list every day, right? I share these with you every once in a while. So I'm going to share it with you today. This is what it looks like. Every single morning, before I talk to you, I list at least 5 things I'm grateful for, because that really sets the tone for my day. Then I talk question I'm going to accomplish today. Then a list of the other things I'd like to accomplish. And then my favorite part is, this is the stuff that I like. I'm not worrying about this anymore. I am giving this over to universe or God or fate, whatever it is you believe in. I just give it up and say, sorry, I'm not worrying about this one. This one's on your plate now. Then I write a few notes to myself. And finally, the date's on the top. I sign it at the bottom. You might think that's stupid since I'm the only one who fills them out every day. But somehow the very act of signing what I say I'm going to do kind of makes me more inclined to do what I said I was going to do. And we've talked about this 100 times. You have your word. You have your integrity. And bottom line is, you ain't got much else, baby. So do it. You say you're going to do it, do it. Speaking of which, Samuel Goldwyn's birthday. You know, the movie guy? I picked him because I love this quote. A verbal contract isn't worth the paper it's written on.
Is he the one that said that?
He said that. Isn't that awesome? I love quotes. You know I do. Okay, let's see. Larry Ellison's birthday. Why would I mention him? I mean, yeah, he is the CEO or whatever you call it of Oracle, which is like, pretty much taken over the world, but he also owns the tennis club we belong to. Yeah, he's the guy who, all of the tennis tournaments that happen here in my desert that happen at the what's the name of our club?
The Indian Wells Tennis Garden.
Thank you. IWTC, the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. The did I say it wrong?
You said C. Tennis club, I guess you could.
Tennis club.
Because you're in the club, yeah.
I'm in the club, but it's
At
the
the
tennis garden.
Yeah.
Anyway, the apparently they've postponed them a few times, but the tennis tournament's supposed to happen in October, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, if you're members of the club, which we are, thank you very much, we get free tickets.
Because we don't get to play during that month and a half.
Right, because they kick our butts right out of the club and we don't get any courts. So to try and keep us from being upset, they let us have free parking and access to all the cheap seats, and that's it.
But every morning we get to wave at Larry flying over in his helicopter.
Yes, I wrote that down in my notes. He has this red, it's red, isn't it? Or orange, something like that. And apparently, rumor has it that he lives here in the desert and he flies over all his properties and checks them out. So when we see his helicopter, we all stop playing and reach up and wave to Larry. He has almost $50 billion. Yeah, he's like the 5th richest man in the world. Wow.
Didn't his buddy Trump come to see him last year?
Wait, no, his best friend is, I don't know, but his best friend is like Bill Gates or something like that. I don't know. I guess those really, really, really rich guys hang out together. Here's his quote. And this is kind of interesting too. He says, no matter how big you get, you only survive by reinventing yourself. In other words, keep it new, keep it going. I like that. It works for him. I'm willing to try it. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Real person, really wore a coonskin cap, really died at the Alamo, and he was only like in his 50s when he died. Maybe he was only 50. I loved the Davy Crockett Show, the TV show with Fess Parker. I loved that show. I think maybe I loved it because I loved the theme song. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Real person, adventurer, soldier. Love that guy. 1893. Mae West. Oh, are we playing Davy Crockett?
Born on the mountaintop of Tennessee, greenest state in the land of the free, raised in the woods so that you have a tree, killed him a bar
when he was only 3. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. I love Davy Crockett.
Killed him a bar when he was only 3.
Killed him a bar when he was only 3. And didn't I sound like W.C. Fields there for a minute?
You did, yes.
And speaking of W.C. Fields, it's also Mae West's birthday today.
Oh.
Do you remember Mae West? She was like how do you say it? Siren. She was like the sex pot of her time. She was like amazing. No, I'm not seeing comments today.
Why don't you come up and see me sometime?
And she used to say, why don't you come up and see me sometime? She was like, okay, but I have other quotes of hers. By the way.
How about W.C. Fields?
I'm not talking about him. It's not his birthday yet. By the way, this little dynamo, this little sex pot get ready for this, Ginny, if you're listening, and Opa, if you're listening, I'm listening. Mae West was only 5 feet tall. Just saying. Okay, my favorite Mae West quotes. She's got bazillions of them, by the way. When I'm good, I'm very good. But when I'm bad, I'm even better. Isn't that a great line? I love that line. Okay. And I know you're not going to believe this, but she's the one who started this one too. Is that a pistol in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
That was Mae West.
That was Mae West. Yeah. We could spend an hour doing Mae West and W.C. Fields imitations. Maybe we will someday. Maybe on his birthday we'll plan that. Sean Penn's birthday. Sean Penn, born 1960. He's just a kid. But here's what I want to say about Sean Penn that you may not have known. Did you know he was married to Madonna from 1985 to 1989? I didn't remember that. And then he divorced her, or she divorced him, I don't know who, and he married Robin Wright. I always liked Robin Wright. So pretty. Remember her from she was the girl in Forrest Gump.
Oh, really?
She was Jenny,
Oh.
wasn't she? Could you check me on that? Wasn't that Robin Wright? She's so pretty. Anyway, happy birthday, Sean Penn. He's been in a ton of movies, and I'm sure you're very familiar with a lot of his work. But here's what I want to share with you today. And Indy, if you haven't seen it, it's what we're doing tonight after dinner.
Oh.
He was in a movie with Dakota Fanning when she was a little girl, and Michelle Pfeiffer called I Am Sam. Did you see that movie? They what do they say? Mentally handicapped now is the term we use?
Intellectually disabled.
Intellectually disabled. He plays an intellectually disabled man with a little girl. It is one of the most heart-wrenching and heartful and heart-filled movies I think I've ever seen. It's just called I Am Sam. Sean Penn is the star. I'm watching it tonight. I hope Indy's watching it with me. And
I'm going to be watching Bye Bye Birdie.
He's not going to watch Bye Bye Birdie. Don't even go there. Don't even go there. But after yesterday, John Ben, I got your message. He said he played Harvey, what's his name, in high school. And I bet you were fabulous at it. That would be so much fun to see.
I want to watch the new L Word show. There's a new season of it.
Okay, I'm not going to be your friend if you keep doing this. We're going to watch I Am Sam.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, we're not. Not tonight because I'm going out tonight. I have a hot date. I have a hot date with my girls.
I'll be home watching Bye Bye Birdie.
He'll be home watching Bye Bye Birdies. I'm going out for happy hour with some of my tennis friends who I can't play tennis with right now. All right. 1907 Pike Market in Seattle was first started. Have you ever been there? Have you been there?
No.
Oh my, it's like a fish market. It's this giant food and fish market, and they yell and throw fish, and it's great. Absolutely great. And the food is phenomenal.
Sounds wonderful. All those fish being thrown around.
Well, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It really is fun to watch.
Till one hits you.
Till you get, it's all fun and games till you get smacked with a fish tail.
Holy mackerel.
2008, Michael Phelps, the Olympics. They were just ending, and he had won 8 Olympic golds in one session of, like one, what do you call it? One Olympic.
Yeah.
One Olympics. 8. That was the most anyone had ever won. I don't know if that still holds.
I don't think so.
But yeah, in 2008, it was true. Okay. 2009. This is like serious and so cool and so scary and so awful all at the same time. The Kenya lions, the lions in Kenya are dying out. They're down to 2,000 lions. Today, I'm not 2,000. Yeah. They're dying out. Only 2,000. Today, there are about 2.5 million lions worldwide in the wild. And just 1 century ago, there were 200,000 lions in the wild.
Wow.
1 century, we lost almost 200,000 lions. Today, they are extinct in 26 African countries where they used to roam. They have vanished from 95% of their natural habitat. And there are only about 20,000 left in the entire world. And they're so cool. Yeah, they're lazy boogers during the day, but they're nocturnal. I mean, they prowl at night. They're the king of the jungle, right? So Indy and I were supposed to be in Africa like right about now, but because of COVID, we're here instead. And I was telling him that we had to go to this one place that I love so much, and he agreed what was going to be part of our itinerary and still will be if we ever get to go. There is a lion park in outside, about an hour outside of Johannesburg, South Africa. I don't remember the name of it, but you can pet a giraffe. They have one giraffe that's like very, very tame. But the coolest part is you can go in this baby lion enclosure. And this is one of the few places where they don't bring in baby lions and raise them for hunters to go hunting. Because that's legal in Africa still. But they don't do that. Once they're bigger, they reintroduce them into the wild, or they just grow them in the park and let them stay there in this giant, huge park until they're grown up. But in the meantime, you get to go in this lion enclosure and play with baby lions. Yeah, they bite you. They have very sharp little teeth, but they're babies, so you bleed a little. It's for the lions. It's worth it. George Orwell published Animal Farm on this day in 1945. Did you have to read that in high school? I did. I actually liked Animal Farm, about the utopian, it was a satire about a utopian kind of world, anti-utopian world, actually. And then, I know you all care about this. In 1807, Robert Fulton invented the first serviceable steamboat. Yeah, I think it was called the Robert E. Lee, but I'm not sure. Or is that just a song from a song that Neil Diamond did? I don't know. I love that song. All right. Today in music. Oh, today in music, the song that hit gold in 1968 was the Rascals playing. Can you guess? All the world over, people love this song.
People want to be.
That was a hint.
Yeah.
All the world over. So na. People everywhere just want to be free, or gotta be free. People everywhere just gotta be free. Went gold. We could be singing that still today, don't you think? Yeah. Okay, also Woodstock Day 3, as I said, it wasn't just Country Joe and the Fish, although I do love when it's 1, 2, 3, what are we fighting for? I mean, it was during the Vietnam War era. Was also Joe Cocker, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, who I loved. I saw them at a House of Blues in LA once, and because of my great stature, people kept pushing me forward. Oh, hey, you don't have to stand behind me. Get in front of me. Oh, you're little. Get in front of me. Oh, you're a tiny thing. Get in front of me. Next thing I know, I'm standing at the stage, and if I put my hand out, I could be touching Neil Young. It was so amazing. It was.
Don't forget today is the meaning of is day.
I know. I have that, and
What is it?
The meaning of is day.
Oh, what is the meaning of is?
Okay, so first of all, the day started because of Bill Clinton, because this was whatever year it was. He was like going through the impeachment thing, the whole Monica Lewinsky deal, and he's the one who started, like, can I say bullshitting? Yeah. He started like just going crazed about, well, it depends on what you mean by is. And if we discuss the definition of is and blah, blah, blah. And that started a whole thing. And now there's a whole day for it called the Meaning of Is Day. And here's your challenge. Try and define the word is without using the word is.
Okay.
It's the 7th most common word in the English language. Can you define it without saying is?
Well, because I've got it up from the dictionary.
Oh, okay. What's the dictionary say?
Well, it is the dialectical present tense, first person and third person singular of the word be. Is related to the word be. Be is the
I is smart. I be smart.
It's the present tense, third person singular of be.
Ah,
I always thought of it.
okay, that's the way I think of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a whole day about it now. It's also Vanilla Custard Day.
Oh,
I love vanilla custard.
That is what it is.
That's ice cream, pretty much, isn't it?
Well, custard-based ice cream would be.
I like custard-based ice cream. Oh, but this is for you, and I almost skipped it.
Oh, what? Ice cream?
It's National Thrift Shop Day.
Oh, here we go. We're going to go shopping.
Andy loves to go shopping in thrift shops. I mean, who doesn't? Okay, but this is so perfect. Before we do the word art, I got to tell you about a sign I saw in front of a thrift shop.
Yeah.
It might be one of my favorite signs of all time. You ready? Here's what it said. Special sale on shoes. That's what it said. And then there were all these pictures of shoes. And then in huge letters, it said, buy one, get one free.
Oh, there you go.
I thought that was great. I really thought that was great. All right. Let's get on to the word art because I love today's word art.
What'd you do?
It says, demonstrate overwhelming gratitude. Talk about a way to kickstart a perfectly wonderful day. Every morning, when your eyes open up, first thought should be, whoa, I am grateful for another opportunity to spread my joy. Well, okay, that's my gratitude. You have your own gratitude list. And if you don't, you should. It's nice when it's up here, but it's awesome when you write it down. Just saying. Okay. We have overgone our day today. I'm sorry I couldn't read your comments, but I know you're there. That's what's important. I love you guys. You ready for a sip and a smile, Indy?
Didn't you mention the Rascals?
I did mention the Rascals. Oh, yeah. I think I'll go outside for a while and smile. A sip and a rascal smile. Hey, see you guys tomorrow. Have a terrific Tuesday. Love you.